Hey everybody, it is almost end of August already. Wow, look at that. We'll soon be in September. Harvest time will be around, along with the harvest moon, and days will get a lot shorter very quick, and they will also get damper and colder. So, us little human beings, a lot like ants, have to get ready and gather everything, clean everything up, and get the wood stoves ready, get the wood ready, and do all those things that islanders have to do in order to get by in that winter. I'm here today because I wanted to touch a little bit on depression. Um, depression, um, I will confess a little bit while I talk here. I have pretty much had depression for, you know, the bigger portion of my life. The furthest I can go in my mind and remember first experiencing depression was already in high school. So that was already over half my life ago, and I still suffer from it. I still suffer from it, and that's why I isolate myself all the time, pretty much, or as much as I can. I used to be a social butterfly. I no longer am. Um, Especially after my family broke up and I left my family home, and I mean my ex-wife and daughter over 6 years ago. My depression became deeper and more deeper entwined in my body, in my heart, in my subconscious, and sometimes it comes out. Um, so as I struggle with this depression, there is, of course, one side of me that never wants to give up. Never. And actually, that's the good wolf. And actually, that side has lately taught me something. I have been asked again in my life if I love myself or not. And my answer was really quick to jump to. I said no, of course. And that I love everybody, but I just can't say I love myself. I'm very ashamed of, and I carry a very big luggage of regret of how much I have pain I've caused my family and my loved ones and the woman in my life for being, for the choices I had made. I am a good man. I'm even a gentleman. But I have made terrible mistakes when using in the past, when I was not quite there. And now, as a bit older man who is in recovery and doing well, and I still have to pay for all I've done, Like in AA and NA, in the 12 steps, for example, one of them is making amends with everyone, you've ever hurt or mistreated in your life. Basically you go to them and you say sorry and you make peace with everyone that that you had trouble with before, especially people that are important in your life. I don't speak to my father for many years now, and it's always over silly things, stupid things. There's a couple friends I regret I don't talk to, but also, it's all over stupid things. And I'm not the type of person who's gonna brag and try hard to keep my friends. I mean, it's a two-way street. You know, let's be honest with each other, and and that way we will remain friends. But depression again, it's eating me up. I find myself not wanting to talk to anybody, not wanting to socialize at all. I even stopped caring about my all my legal stuff and all my other stuff that I have to attend to. I just put it off for a couple of days. That's all. Um, Everything. I've put everything off for a couple of days, and even made someone very close to me angry about it. But I had to be alone, and I couldn't go through with something I had promised. That happens. I was being honest the whole time though, and I don't feel guilt. I just feel sorry. I feel sorry that things sometimes get taken in a certain way, and people take things personally, and I wish people wouldn't get mad at each other that fast. But then again, look at me, the anger freak. But I'm working on it. I'll tell you, for some reason, when my daughter's not around, and she took about a 2.5 month trip over to France with her mama. So 2.5 months is a long time not to see my daughter, actually. And my girlfriend had to go be with her family like she does several times, once or twice a year. So when I remain alone, I somehow, when they're not here, I lose that inspiration and energy and push to do things. When they're here, when my daughter says, Daddy, I want this and this and this, let's get it done, I get up and do it. When my girlfriend's here and she says, David, you need to do this, this and that, and it's got to be done, let's do it, I do it. I get up and I do it. It's sort of the same like when I have someone to cook for, I cook. Otherwise, I don't, which causes me not to eat properly. But there is definitely two sides struggling here in here right now. I read you a quote, and one side of me agrees with it, because sometimes that's how I feel. It says, I give the fight up. Let there be an end, a privacy, an obscure nook for me. I want to be forgotten even by God. And I feel like that sometimes. And I know a lot of you out there who do suffer from depression also feel that. You feel those words, but there's another side of me, that has actually recently, for the first time, let me say out loud, I love myself. I've never been able to say that, but I've realized that I do love myself. And I realized that through thinking a lot about that, since the person had last asked me if I love myself, and also by talking to her a lot lately, I have come to a conclusion. Yes, I do love myself. I do love myself. That's why I think I have a very big chance of making it and breaking through depression. I know that any day now, a day will come where I will get up and say, F this, no more. And I will get to cleaning the whole house again, doing laundry, making on the phone calls, going to the offices, and I'll be back on the horse. That's just how I am. I don't give up. Just like every time I used to overdose or end up in the hospital in a coma, I would always wake up. So, since Wolf has a destiny and it's not his time to go, I will fight for my freedom. I will keep tapering. I will keep walking the path of sobriety, and I will keep believing in love. And I really encourage you to join me. You know, we're still young. You know, I really, really, don't feel like going to the city. Don't feel like mingling with the people there in the streets. I don't feel like ingesting anything in my body other than the meds that I'm already on. I did notice, however, that cannabis has become a very good friend of mine, and it helps me a lot. It helps me sleep, helps me eat, it helps me be peaceful and quiet, and it also makes me sit down and think about everything, at the whole big picture. It's a type of smoke that when you inhale it, from me anyway, it makes me rethink everything and go deeper into my thoughts, and then I can draw conclusions. I'm not the type of person who gets paranoid off of it or cannot handle it. I actually benefit from it, so I support it. So yes, depression, it's out there. You'd be surprised how many people are depressed, how many people complain, how many people are struggling in Canada. I saw something about 58% of people in Canada right now are struggling, and it's like it's becoming an epidemic almost, and it's pretty common nowadays. Common, just like people beat cancer all the time now. Almost everybody has depression. It's weird, but the fight's not over. It ain't over till it's over. Have a good day. Hope you stayed around and listened. It was a long one, but I wanted to tell you about all these things. Thank you. Bye. See you soon.